The CW's Flash might have started as one of the best superhero shows ever made, but over time it became a symbol of everything great and broken about DC storytelling. And now, with James Gunn's DCU preparing to introduce his own version of the Flash sometime soon, hopefully, one question has to be asked. What should the DCU learn from the CW's Flash, and what mistakes can it never repeat? Because if done right, the Flash could be one of the most powerful, emotional, and important characters in the entire DC universe. Welcome to the Loreverse, and today we're breaking down what the DCU needs to do to get the Flash right. At its best, the CW's Flash wasn't just a superhero show, it was a story about family, lost, and identity. Barry Allen's journey worked because it was emotional. His powers weren't the focus, his heart was. He was a hero who carried the pain of losing his mom, the guilt the guilt of his father's imprisonment, and the pressure of being the fastest man alive. And the DCU's version of the Flash needs to hold on to that. Barry shouldn't be, just comic relief or a time travel plot device. He should be the emotional core of the DC universe, the guy who sees the best in people even when the world falls apart, because that's who the Flash is. He's the light in the darkness. He's the hope that even when time itself breaks, you can still fix it. Now, let's give credit where it's due, right? The first few seasons of The Flash on CW was peak. It balanced heroism, heart, and high concept sci fi better than almost any live action DC show ever before. It gave us incredible arcs like the Reverse Flash's manipulation, right? Zoom's terrifying reign, and Savitar's mind bending twist. It even explored time travel, alternate realities, emotional consequences, and the weight of being a speedster, all while staying centered on Barry's humanity. The DCU should take that foundation and really elevate it. Keep the emotional storytelling, keep the connection to legacy and the science of the Speed Force, but do it with the scale and depth of a cinematic universe, not the limitations of TV. Because the CW version had heart, it just didn't always have the budget or long term vision to match it. Now, let's talk about what not to do. The Flash's later seasons became repetitive. Endless time travel loops, the speedster villains that all blurred together, and constant resets that made death and consequences meaningless. And that's what the DCU needs to avoid. Barry's story shouldn't just be about who's faster this season, it should be about what the Speed Force cost him. Power should mean something. Every time Barry uses time travel, it should feel dangerous, not like a convenient reset button. And when he loses people, it should stick. Even when he changes the past, we should feel the ripple effects. The DCU has a chance to make the Speed Force something mystical and terrifying, not just glowing CGI lightning. Think of it like Tolkien's magic or the Force from Star Wars. It's powerful, mysterious, and tied to emotion. And if James Gunn's DCU understands that, The Flash could become one of its most compelling stories. Now, here's where it gets really exciting too. The Flash shouldn't just be another hero, he should be the heartbeat of the multiverse. James Gunn's new DCU is rumored to connect films like Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and The Lanterns. And The Flash could be a perfect bridge between them because he's the character who can literally see the connection between worlds. And, he could be the one who understands that reality is fragile and that every choice matters. And the DCU could use Barry as its emotional and narrative thread, weaving the cosmic, the mythic, and the human together. Because he's not just fast, he's a storyteller of time. And yes, that's what the CW series hinted at but never fully explored. And the DCU can finally do it justice. Now, the other thing the CW Flash got right was legacy, because Barry didn't just run for himself. He ran for those who came before and those who would come after. Jay Garrick, Wally West, Nora, Bart, they all represented the idea that being the Flash isn't just a single person, it's a legacy of hope. The DCU has the perfect opportunity to build on that. Start with Barry Allen. Set up Wally West as his eventual successor. Introduce Jay Garrick as the Golden Age Flash who inspires Barry's heroism. Make the Flash family mean something, because the Flash's story has never been about one man running alone, but it's about connection. And the CW touched on that, but the DCU can make it legendary. So, what can the DCU learn from the Flash? Keep the heart, keep the legacy, keep the humanity, but make the Speed Force bigger, deeper, and more meaningful than ever before. Because Barry isn't just fast, he's the reminder that no matter how much time you lose, you can always find your way back. This has been the Loreverse, and if you believe the DCU Flash deserves the story the CW could never finish. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a lightning emoji in the comments, because in the end, the fastest man alive might be the one who saves the DCU, and who knows what story we are going to do. So hope you guys enjoy this, man. I love the Flash, and look, I will say, out of, like, my own preference, I would want Wally to be first, but I do think that they could do something with Barry Allen still, if that's where James Gunn goes. So please like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, stay crispy, y'all, and peace out.